Have you ever wondered why Toyota has such a strong grip on the car world, year after year, model after model? What is it about this brand that makes people stay loyal for decades, pass cars down through generations, and keep checking in every year to see what's next? The answer is simple, but deep. Toyota doesn't just sell cars. It builds trust. It engineers peace of mind. And most importantly, it understands something that many brands miss. Cars aren't just machines. They're emotional choices. They're part of your lifestyle, part of your identity. And in 2026, Toyota is quietly shaking up the game again. If you're a car lover, this isn't just another release year. It's one of those moments where the brand subtly turns the page, offering more performance, cleaner energy, smarter technology, and designs that speak not just to your eyes, but to your gut. This video breaks down 7 of the best Toyota cars for 2026 that every enthusiast, buyer, and even casual fan should know about. These aren't just new models. These are stories, strategies, statements of intent from one of the most consistent brands in automotive history. But before we dive into the lineup, let's take a moment to understand why this matters. Why Toyota? Why now? Why 2026? Think about this. When you walk into a showroom or scroll through cars online, you're not just looking for horsepower or trunk space. You're looking for something you can rely on, something that won't betray you. You want a car that fits your lifestyle, but also one that silently says something about who you are. Psychologists call this the extended self. Your car becomes part of how you see yourself and how others see you. Whether it's a hybrid for someone who values the planet, a truck for someone who values strength and freedom, or a sleek sedan that whispers sophistication, the car you drive is a message. Toyota understands that message better than most. Over the last 20 years, Toyota has built its empire not on flash, but on substance. While others race to impress with speed or luxury, Toyota played the long game: safety, fuel efficiency, resale value, quiet interiors, clean lines, and gradual innovation. And it worked. Toyota isn't just one of the best-selling car makers in the world, it's also one of the most respected. That doesn't happen by accident. So when Toyota rolls out its vision for 2026, people pay attention, not because the cars look wild, though some of them do, but because they mean something. Every design choice, every update, every trim level, it's all part of a deeper conversation with the driver. And this year, that conversation is getting even more interesting. In 2026, Toyota is answering 2 questions car buyers are asking louder than ever. Can I trust this car to last without breaking the bank? Does it match the world I want to live in? One that's cleaner, smarter, and more efficient? From redesigned hybrids to revived classics, Toyota is positioning itself as the brand that says, yes, you can have both. Because let's face it, the modern car lover is changing. We still want power, we still want style, but now we also want logic, responsibility, control over cost of ownership, a smarter connection between the machine and our values. Toyota gets that. And in 2026, they're bringing it all together. That's why this video matters, not just as a list, but as a lens into where Toyota is headed, and why it's time to pay attention. So if you're someone who appreciates when engineering meets emotion, when performance meets practicality, this is the video for you. And here's something extra for staying with me till the end. Stick around, because at the end of this video, I'll share a bonus Toyota model for 2026 that's flying under the radar, but might just be one of the smartest sleeper cars of the year. A true hidden gem most people will miss. Let's get started. Toyota's grip on the global market isn't based on luck. It's built on decisions, intentional, strategic, and deeply aligned with how people actually think and feel about cars. There's a reason Toyota has dominated sales charts across continents. But more than just sales, it dominates trust. And trust is something you earn, not with gimmicks, but with consistency. This consistency taps into one of the most powerful psychological forces in human behavior. Predictability reduces stress. In a world that constantly changes, people instinctively gravitate toward what feels stable, proven, and quietly effective. That's Toyota's space. For decades, Toyota has positioned itself as the calm center in a chaotic industry. While other brands push the edge of boldness, often at the cost of reliability, Toyota has leaned into practical innovation. Not the kind that screams in your face, but the kind that works every single day. This is exactly why 2026 matters. Because this year, Toyota isn't just improving cars, it's aligning its lineup with how car buyers think today. There's been a psychological shift in the last 5 years. Drivers want more than power or badge appeal. They want meaningful technology. They want lower risk. They want efficiency without compromise. And more than anything, they want to feel like their purchase is future-proof. Toyota has read this shift with precision. Take hybrid technology, for example. Toyota was early to it, not because it was trendy, but because it made sense. The Prius became more than a car. It became a statement. a lifestyle symbol, a machine that whispered, "I think ahead." Even people who never owned one respected it for what it represented. That's where Toyota excels. It engineers not just performance, but perception. And perception drives decisions. In 2026, Toyota's design language is evolving again. Subtle, refined, aerodynamic. It's not about flash, it's about function. Clean lines, improved drag coefficients, smarter cooling systems. But what car lovers notice most isn't just how it looks, it's how it feels. The cabin feels like a quiet retreat. The controls are where your hands expect them to be. The hybrid systems kick in so smoothly that most drivers forget when the gas engine shuts off. That level of polish doesn't just happen. It's built from observing how people actually drive, not just how they talk about driving. And then there's Toyota's unmatched focus on value over time. Car enthusiasts know this deeply, even if they don't say it out loud. A good car isn't just one that performs well in its first year, it's one that holds its dignity through 5 years, 10 years, maybe more. And here's where human psychology kicks in again. We feel better about our choices when they hold up. We feel smarter, validated, respected. Toyota's long-term durability reinforces that feeling. That's why so many buyers come back. It's not just a car. It's a decision that continues to make sense long after the keys are handed over. And while Toyota used to be seen as just practical, that label is shifting. It's still practical, but now it's also confident. Models like the Crown and the GR Supra aren't about minimalism. They're about bold lines, smart power, and distinct personalities. Toyota has found a way to merge dependability with desire. That's a rare balance, and it's a psychological sweet spot. People don't want to compromise. They want it all. Even if they don't say that directly, they want performance and fuel efficiency. They want style and substance. They want a car that feels exciting but doesn't make them nervous about maintenance. Toyota is responding to that mindset with precision in 2026. Take the shift toward electric and hybrid models. Toyota isn't rushing into the EV war with hype. Instead, it's optimizing, studying real-world charging behaviors, testing battery longevity in various climates. The company's focus is less on headlines and more on how real people will actually live with these cars. That mindset matters. Because for car lovers, especially the ones who follow every model year, every update, every spec sheet, it's not just about loving cars. It's about understanding them, understanding the brand, understanding the value, and feeling a kind of quiet pride in making a decision that others recognize as smart. That's why this list of Toyota's 2026 lineup isn't about hype, it's about recognition. It's about helping people see which models represent that deeper alignment between driver and machine. And this is where Toyota has the edge, because it designs cars not just to impress in a showroom, but to resonate in real life. Every steering input, every shift point, every safety sensor, it all builds to one central experience. You're in control, you're safe, you're prepared. That feeling? That's what car lovers truly crave. Not just torque numbers or LED headlights, but a sense that the car is an extension of their confidence. So as we move into the heart of this list, keep that mindset in focus. This isn't about which model looks the flashiest, it's about which ones understand you the best. Because in the end, the best car isn't always the loudest. It's the one that's still making you smile 10 years later. Toyota's 2026 lineup isn't designed to chase trends. It's crafted to reflect the real needs, desires, and psychology of the modern driver. Whether that's performance, practicality, or the quiet satisfaction of knowing you've made a smart decision. Each of these 7 cars represents a different personality, a different purpose. But they all share one thing in common. They're built to last, built to perform, and built to connect. Here's what makes each of them stand out this year. 1. Toyota Camry 2026. Where evolution meets intelligence. The Camry has always been the silent leader. But in 2026, it's more than reliable. It's intelligent. The new generation is built on Toyota's TNGA-K platform and comes hybrid by default. That's a bold shift, and it sends a clear message. Performance and efficiency are no longer separate goals. Under the hood, you'll find a refined 2.5-liter hybrid system that offers both power and fuel savings, pushing over 225 horsepower with smooth delivery. But the real appeal is psychological. Drivers want a car that feels effortless. And the Camry does just that. The steering is intuitive. The throttle response is measured. It feels composed, like it knows what you're thinking. Inside, the cockpit is focused and quiet, with improved noise isolation and a 12.3-inch touchscreen that blends seamlessly into the dashboard. For people who value calm, controlled driving with modern tech, the Camry continues to be the standard. And in 2026, it's smarter than ever. 2. Toyota Crown 2026. A bold return to sophistication. The Crown is for drivers who want to feel different, without being loud about it. It's a car that speaks quietly but carries weight. With its fastback styling, raised ride height, and luxurious hybrid powertrains, the Crown isn't just a replacement for a sedan. It's a redefinition. This year's Crown comes in multiple hybrid variants, including the performance-oriented Hybrid Max system with over 340 horsepower. It's powerful, but not overwhelming. It's stylish, but not flashy. It hits a rare balance that appeals to the psychological need for both elegance and presence. It's a car for people who've outgrown the need to prove anything. They want refinement, they want comfort, they want innovation that doesn't beg for attention. The 2026 Crown delivers exactly that. 3. Toyota Prius Prime 2026. The conscious performer, the Prius Prime, has evolved from a niche eco-warrior into a sleek, confident plug-in hybrid that finally matches its purpose with real style. The 2026 model features a sharper exterior, improved acceleration, and up to 44 miles of pure electric range, enough for most daily commutes without touching the gas tank. But the real story is how it makes you feel. Driving the Prius Prime doesn't just lower your fuel bill, it validates your values. You're making a smarter choice, a cleaner one. And now, thanks to better handling and stronger acceleration, a more exciting one too. In 2026, this car answers a deep, often unspoken question. Can responsibility be thrilling? With the Prius Prime, the answer is yes. 4. Toyota GR Supra 2026. Precision with purpose. The GR Supra continues to hold its place as Toyota's boldest expression of pure performance. For 2026, updates are subtle. Refined tuning, improved damping, and slight interior tweaks. But for enthusiasts, that's exactly what matters. Enhancement, not overhaul. Available with a turbocharged 2.0-liter or the iconic 3.0-liter inline-six, the Supra remains a driver's car. Tight steering, rear-wheel drive, balanced weight distribution. It's not just fun, it's focused. Psychologically, the Supra appeals to the inner purist, the driver who doesn't want to be carried, they want to drive. This car rewards precision. It encourages confidence, and it reminds you that joy can still be mechanical, physical, and personal. 5. Toyota Tacoma 2026. The truck that understands you. Few trucks are as iconic as the Tacoma. In 2026, it's been completely redesigned. New frame, new suspension, and most importantly, new powertrains. The iForce Max hybrid system is now available, producing up to 326 horsepower and over 450 lb-ft of torque. That's serious strength. But Tacoma's real magic is how it makes you feel when you're behind the wheel. It's a truck that empowers you, not just with capability, but with a sense of independence. It's built for adventure, but refined for everyday life. Drivers who choose Tacoma often value freedom. They want to go where others can't. And with updated off-road packages, crawl control, and multi-terrain drive modes, the 2026 Tacoma is more than a workhorse. It's a ticket to wherever you want to go. 6. Toyota Land Cruiser 2026. Heritage rebuilt for the modern age, the Land Cruiser is back. And it's not just a comeback, it's a statement. This legendary SUV has been redesigned with a rugged, boxy profile that nods to its past while embracing the future. Now built on Toyota's GAF platform, it features a hybrid, turbocharged 2.4-liter engine paired with electric motors, delivering both torque and fuel savings. It's tough, capable, and packed with Toyota's latest off-road tech, including full-time four-wheel drive, multi-terrain select, and stabilizer bar disconnect. But the emotional pull runs deeper. The Land Cruiser is about legacy. It's the kind of vehicle that feels like a long-term investment, the kind you build stories in. It speaks to people who value tradition but want it backed by 21st-century engineering. 7. Toyota BZ4 2026. Stepping forward, quietly electric cars are everywhere now. But the BZ4 takes a different path. Instead of trying to dominate with extremes, it refines what Toyota does best: balance. For 2026, the BZ4 offers improved range, faster charging, and more responsive software for its infotainment and driver assist features. This EV doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't try to be something it's not. Instead, it provides a quiet, composed transition into the future. For many drivers, especially those hesitant about switching to electric, this is exactly the emotional tone they're looking for. Driving the BZ4 feels normal in the best way possible. There's no learning curve, no drama, just clean, confident movement, and a subtle pride in being one step ahead. Every car on this list tells a story, not just about horsepower or fuel economy, but about how people live, how they think, and what they value when the key turns and the journey begins. That's what sets Toyota apart in 2026. These models don't just show technical upgrades. They reflect emotional intelligence. They understand that a car is more than a purchase. It's a promise, a quiet agreement between machine and driver that says, "You can count on me." People don't talk about that openly, but they feel it deeply. That's why car lovers don't just look at specs, they look at legacy. They look at how a brand has earned its stripes over time, how it has responded to change without chasing trends, how it has stayed true to purpose while still evolving with the times. Toyota understands that better than almost any automaker in the world, and the 2026 lineup proves it. Each model has its own distinct energy. The Camry carries intelligence and confidence. The Crown speaks to subtle luxury. The Prius Prime merges ethics with edge. The GR Supra keeps the thrill alive. The Tacoma gives you freedom on four wheels. The Land Cruiser revives history with modern strength. And the BZ4 Times quietly walks you into the future. But together, they share something more powerful: trust. And trust is built on how a car makes you feel when no one else is watching. Think about it. When you leave work, when you're driving home late at night, when you're out on a weekend road trip, your car becomes your space, your world, your rhythm. You don't need constant stimulation. You don't need gimmicks. You need something that responds, that adapts, that listens without a sound. Toyota's design philosophy has always respected this idea that driving is a deeply personal experience. Not everything has to be loud to be meaningful. In fact, the most powerful experiences are often the quietest. And that's why year after year, Toyota stays relevant. Because it doesn't just build cars that move, it builds cars that understand movement in a human way. Smooth, predictable, balanced, free. So if you've ever felt torn between performance and practicality, between passion and price, between smart design and emotional value, just know, you're not alone. These are the very questions Toyota engineers obsess over, not just in wind tunnels or CAD software, but in how you'll feel 10,000 miles from now, when the newness wears off and the real relationship begins. Because cars, like people, reveal their character over time. And character is something Toyota has never lacked. Now, as promised, here's a bonus model for those who stayed until the end. One that didn't make the official list, but deserves your attention just the same. Bonus: Toyota Sienna 2026. The smart family machine minivans rarely get applause from car lovers, but the 2026 Sienna earns it quietly. It continues to offer a full hybrid powertrain across the lineup, delivering excellent fuel economy for families who don't want to compromise. But what makes it special isn't just efficiency, it's how deeply it understands the demands of daily life, kids, cargo, chaos, and handles it all with calm confidence. It's filled with smart storage, responsive safety systems, and a surprisingly premium ride. More importantly, it reminds us that true engineering isn't always about thrills. Sometimes it's about ease, about knowing you're safe, prepared, and equipped for whatever life throws at you. That's the kind of emotional security Toyota excels at building. In a world where speed, luxury, and loud design often dominate attention, Toyota's quiet confidence stands out. Because confidence doesn't need to scream. It shows up every time your car starts without hesitation, every time your brakes feel right, every time the steering responds like it knows you. It shows up in the smallest moments, parking in a tight spot, climbing a dirt road, gliding silently through traffic, where the car becomes an extension of your decision-making, not a distraction from it. That's real trust, and that's the unshakable foundation of Toyota in 2026. So whether you're planning your next purchase, admiring from afar, or just love the feeling of driving something that makes sense, know this: you're not just choosing a car, you're choosing a mindset. You're choosing balance, legacy, and peace of mind. And in 2026, Toyota is delivering all of it, one vehicle at a time.